Hello, my name is Joan Armatrading, and you're watching France 24.
The hours go slowly when you close the door.
Hello, and thanks for joining me from my home in Paris. Now, it's been a big year for today's guest, a CBE from the Queen, one of the highest honours that you can get in Britain, an Ivor Academy Fellowship, and the UK's Women of the Year Lifetime Achievement Award.
With a friend, I can smile, but with a lover, I could hold my head back, I could really loud, really loud.
I'm joined by the British musician and singer Joan Armatrading. Hello, Joan. Your first album came out in 1972. You've done more than 20 studio albums in total, millions of record sales. You performed with Nelson Mandela. You're 70 this year, as well as all of that. You've had an exceptional amount of appreciation in 2020. What do you think when you look back at all you've achieved?
Well, first of all, this year has been absolutely mad. So many different awards, and I'm thinking, why suddenly now at this age? But then, I think sometimes it's just a matter of living a long time.
And in 2005, as Women of the Year president yourself, you gave the award to Margaret Thatcher. With the latest season of The Crown, which I'm sure you've heard lots of people talking about, maybe you've watched it, people are once again talking about her. From one trailblazer to another, what did you make of her?
The reason Margaret Thatcher got a Women of the Year award was because she was the first woman prime minister, female prime minister in Britain. Again, that's something to be marked. It wasn't the issue of politics. It was the issue of, look at this achievement and look how long it took for this achievement to be arrived at.
Biographies often call you the first Black British female singer-songwriter to achieve international success. But you're actually the first woman, full stop. The first female British artist to debut at #1 in the Billboard Blue chart in 2007. You're also the first ever British female artist to be nominated for a Grammy Award in the blues category. But when you made your first record back in 1972, someone actually said to you, in 5 years, your career will be over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you believe them?
It's not even that I didn't believe them, but when you're young, everything lasts forever. So even though they said that, and I heard it, and of course I remembered it, I didn't really take any notice of it. It didn't make me think anything other than, oh, they've said that. But it's because of the fans and the people who enjoy my music that I've been able to have this long career.
You arrived in Birmingham from the Caribbean on your own, age 7, back in 1958 to join your family. Tell us about the story of how you found music and your first guitar.
Yeah, well, my mother, she just had this idea that she wanted a piano as a piece of furniture. That was it. It wasn't because she could play. Kind of immediately the piano arrived, I started to write songs. So the piano was a really good place for me to start, and I taught myself how to play. But my father used to play the guitar, and he would hide his guitar. And and he didn't want me to touch his guitar. And I think because of that, I wanted to touch the guitar. I wanted to play the guitar. So I saw a guitar in a pawn shop, and it cost £3. And I said to my mum, "Can I have that?" She said, "Well, we haven't got the money, but if they would swap it for 2 old prams that she had, then I could have the guitar." So that's how I got my first guitar. And as soon as I started writing songs, I could hear all these different parts in my head. I could hear what the bass should sound like, the piano should sound like, the horns if there were horns. And so I started to straight away do the arrangements of my songs myself. I could hear that.
And when Prince actually did all of that on his albums, they called him a genius, but they actually called you a control freak, didn't they? Why do you think that was? What's the difference?
I don't know. Men and women. It's men and women. But, you know, that's fine. I know I can do it well, and he did it well. It's the way of the world. But you shouldn't let the way of the world make it that you can't do something. If people tell you as a male or as a female that it's not possible to do something that you feel you're capable of doing, then you should just do it.
It was hits such as Love and Affection and Me, Myself and I that made you a household name, but other songs have become cultural landmarks. In 1979, Barefoot and Pregnant came out, and it's now a feminist anthem.
You walk around with a smile upon your face, but there's something that you don't know.
And in Rosie, you sing about a transgender character.
And I said, oh, Rosie, don't you do that to the boys.
Do you think you helped that process?
I have no idea. I mean, it's great that any song that I write helps any position that needs that kind of support. That's really nice. But at the time of doing what I was doing, like writing Rosie, writing Barefoot and Pregnant, I'm not thinking that this is going to change the world or this is going to help a particular cause. I'm just writing something that I feel I need to write. And Barefoot and Pregnant was written because somebody told me of somebody that he knew who would give his wife loads of presents. He would give her jewelry. They lived in this incredible mansion type house, but he would never let her go out. He would never let her have any kind of freedom without him. And Rosie was written because when I was in New York, I'd just taken somebody to the airport, and I got the taxi back, and the taxi driver said to me, "Have you seen New York?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, let me let me show you around New York." And so then another place that it was 42nd Street, and there were all these Rosies. There were all these guys in their heels and their dresses and their makeup and everything. And I actually thought they looked great.
And I just wanted to talk about Nelson Mandela. You were asked to write a song for him back in 2001, The Messenger, and you performed it for him in London. He even danced with you. Talk us through that moment.
That was fantastic. I was in South Africa, I was touring, and I got a phone call and they said, "Would you like to meet Nelson Mandela?" We got to his house, and I thought it was going to be a gathering of a whole stack of people. But when we got to the house, you opened the car door, you could literally feel this presence. It was incredible. I get into the house, and there's Mr. Mandela, and we say hello, we have a chat. Yeah, great. Then he said, "Would you like to come into the garden?" I thought, okay, that's where everybody else is. So we go into the garden, and it's still just the two of us. So that was a huge treat and a huge honor for me to have met him like that. It was absolutely fantastic. And then I was asked to write this tribute song for him. And I did that, and he really liked the song. Then I was able to sing the song to him on stage. He wasn't great on his feet, but he came and danced the whole song. It was great. It was fantastic.
Four in a car, I'm in the back, and you seem so far away.
So many memories, so many achievements. Somehow along the way, you've also done a degree in history. You've also worked for charity, and you've been running marathons. What's your biggest achievement, do you think?
Well, I tend to like getting this history degree. My songwriting thing, I can't take any credit for that. So I was born to do this. But getting the degree was definitely something to do with me, because I had to really study. For me, that's a big achievement. I really, really enjoyed it. And I loved getting my degree at the end of it. So my initials are Jabba, Jaba. But when I got my degree and a BA at the end of that, I became Jababa.
Jababa. And during the pandemic, you've been working on your new album. What can you tell us about it?
I did it in the way that I've made the last however many albums. I just write everything, play everything, record it, engineer it, do everything. But I'm very excited about this album coming out. I'm really excited. I love these songs. I absolutely love these songs. So I can't wait for people to hear them and to, you know, to see how people react to it.
And can we expect to see you on tour, on stage again anytime soon? I know it's complicated at the moment.
The last tour that I did, which was 2018, I decided that I didn't want to do really long tours anymore. So I won't be doing long tours. But I'd like to do a couple of shows when it's possible to have people attend the shows. It's very difficult for everybody at the minute, you know, especially, I've said it before, but it is especially young artists who are just starting out and young artists who haven't got a career that's got millions of followers but still want a career in music. And the way they have that career is to play in pubs and clubs and bars and things like that. And they can't do that at the moment. So their whole livelihood is really a struggle. We need music the way we need to breathe. And I think people will always want to see live music.
It's certainly been a big year, 2020, hasn't it, Joan? We always end with our guests' cultural pick of the moment. What have you chosen for us?
Oh, I chose The Boys. I love superheroes. I love comics. I still read comics, even at my age. Still get the Beano and the Dandy and all those things. And, you know, used to read and still read all the Superman, Marvel comics and everything. These guys are superheroes, but they're really bad guys. And so I would definitely recommend that if you want something that's kind of a little bit different, to watch The Boys on Amazon.
Okay, we're going to play out with The Boys. Joan Armatrading, it's been a real pleasure to speak to you. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Thank you guys at home for joining us. See you next time.
Oh, great. Cool. Totally.
1, 2, 3, hit it! We just need to keep our shit together a little bit longer.